I volunteered for the CASA program, a couple of reasons. One, my grandson and his sister had been removed from their home at one point. And I heard that there was a CASA involved, but I really didn't understand the program at all. And it was several years later, and I heard it again about the CASA program. And I just knew right then I needed to check into it. It was something that I needed to find out more about. The most rewarding aspects of being a CASA for me is knowing that I can make a difference advocating for these children to the judge. We are the only people on the case that just have one case at a time. DHS workers, guardian ad litems, lawyers are all totally overwhelmed with the number of cases they need to handle, whereas I handle one case at a time. And I know that the views that I have of what is best for the kids is taken seriously by the judge. Reporting to a judge at first made me a little nervous, never understanding the protocol in a courtroom. But now I'm totally comfortable with it. First time jitters, first time anything. But now I'm totally comfortable with it. And I've had feedback from judges thanking me for my service, telling me how important it is for what we do as a CASA. The current concerns I had when I first came in to look into being a CASA were the time commitment. And especially, like I say, people who are still working a full-time job or are parents, still having children at home, which isn't the case for me, but it's still, my husband and I travel a lot, and I was concerned about the time commitment. So that was probably my biggest concern. But it came to find out that this is so easy to work into your life and so worth it. Any other concerns I might have had were answered or alleviated in the training. The training was so thorough and prepared me for things that I have never encountered yet in all the cases that I've had. So I would say any concerns that I might have had about what to expect when I go into a home, how to be prepared when I go into a home, where I'm meeting the children, what I can do with the children, how to interact with them, all of those concerns were answered in the training, and so I felt totally at ease. But the reason I want other people to know about it is it really doesn't take that much of my time, so people who are still working a full-time job can easily be a CASA around their full-time job. Parents, anyone who has a heart for children and wants children to have somebody looking out for their best interests should do this. I think that's everyone, men, women, grandparents like myself, moms, dads, single people. What a chance for a single person to get involved in a child's life and be able to make a difference. The one case that I had that truly touched my heart was a teenage girl who had been abused, and that was one thing that I was asked about, is if it was going to be of a concern to me to handle a case where there had been sexual abuse of a person. That was not a concern of mine. This teenage girl, we solved her case. She was reunited with her mother, and a year later, she self-reported back to DHS that her mother was using drugs again. She came back into the system. The judge asked for me to come back onto the case. The girl asked for me to come back onto the case. It was so rewarding to see that girl grow up in those 2 years and be able to stand in front of the judge and with confidence of what she was doing and where she was going. That has probably been the highlight of the cases I've handled so far. Bottom line, I would say try it. This is a volunteer position. If someone is interested or wants to try being a CASA, yes, there is time and energy and money put into the training of them, but there's no reason for them not to try this and see if this is something that can touch their lives. What's in it for me? A reward of knowing that I can make a difference.